Hey guys, in the previous episode of this anime, we saw that Setsu arrived in time to save Desus, the demon queen, from being cursed forever. Today, we'll delve deeper into this incredible story, but before we dive in, as usual, please smash that like button and hit that subscribe for some awesome content, okay? Let's get to the recap. Today's episode begins by showing how Setsu met Yuhi. We see that at first, Setsu wasn't very friendly, but gradually, they became close friends. One day, as they were coming back from school, Yuhi expresses her wish to attend the same high school as Setsu. She asks for his opinion, and he, in a rather cold manner, suggests that she should try to get into an easier school and not put too much effort into being close to him. Upon hearing this, Yuhi gets upset and walks away. She decides to study hard to get into the same school as him, but unfortunately, her grades aren't that great. One day, while heading home, some guys try to bother her and ask her out, but while she's being harassed, Setsu arrives and manages to scare them away. Setsu asks her what she plans to do, stating that striving for something impossible isn't healthy. But despite this, Yuhi insists on going to the same school as him and continues studying. Seeing the girl's determination, Setsu decides to help her study. He tells her that in return, he only wants her to stop crying. And that's how we learn how these two became so close. Some time later, we return to the world to which they were summoned, and there's a magical power evaluation among the people from Earth. Here, we notice that Yuhi is far ahead of the others in terms of magical power. The instructors praise her and say that's enough for today. After that, Yuhi approaches Setsu's friends and makes a request. She asks them to train her to become even stronger because she needs it to stand by his side. Elka accepts, and Yuhi's training begins. They start sparring, and Elka notices that Yuhi has a lot of potential, more than anyone from the other world. But she emphasizes that power alone isn't enough. Yuhi needs courage. Right after that, she takes Yuhi to an underground sewer-like place to test her. The test involves defeating a giant alligator-like creature. Yuhi is terrified upon seeing it but decides to attack the creature. However, her initial attack isn't enough, and the creature counterattacks, scratching her. Yuhi launches a second attack and manages to restrain the creature, but it's still alive. Elka instructs Yuhi to finish it off, but Yuhi hesitates to take another being's life. Elka explains that on the battlefield, she can't have such concerns, as if she doesn't do it, someone else will. She tells Yuhi that if she wants to protect someone, she must be ready to take lives. Yuhi is frustrated that she can't do it. Another day, a girl approaches Yuhi. She heals the wounds inflicted by the alligator and talks to her. She says that she sees Yuhi as one of them because Setsu looks at her the same way he looks at them. She asks why Yuhi wants to be with Setsu so badly, knowing that he brings a lot of danger with him. Yuhi replies that he has helped her a lot, and it's only fair that she rewards him for it. After this, the girl leaves and talks to Elka. She tells her that everything's fine and that Yuhi is strong. Elka counters by saying that while Yuhi might be good at defending herself on the battlefield, she still lacks the determination to take someone's life. Together, they decide to train Yuhi and give her the determination she lacks. Then, Yuhi goes to talk to Glaine, and he sees that she's still upset about what happened the previous day. He tells her not to worry, as it's natural for good people to hesitate when it comes to taking lives, even for the sake of those they care about. She asks him where he got the determination he has. Glaine responds that he simply decided to make people suffer so that those around him would stop suffering. But he also says that this approach works for him, and maybe Yuhi should find another reason for her determination. She thinks about it and decides on her course of action. The next day, she continues her training. During the magic test, she demonstrates tremendous power that impresses everyone. Later, Elka takes her back to the underground area to fight the alligator again. It appears and confronts Yuhi. She tells Elka to watch her determination and attacks the creature, but she doesn't finish it off. Yuhi explains to Elka that she incapacitated it temporarily, but she won't take its life. She also won't lose to anyone. Elka gives in and tells her it's okay. She even remarks that Yuhi reminds her a bit of Setsu and that she's impressed. She advises Yuhi to keep training because she still needs more power. The next day, everyone is informed that the king has decreed that they will soon go to the demon realm to battle against the demon. Now, after focusing on Yuhi, we return to Setsu and see that he's traveling with Livia to the continent of the beast folk. At some point during their journey, the carriage stops, and they give a ride to two demon girls. Upon seeing one of the girls, Setsu is paralyzed and mentions that it's been a long time since he last saw her. The girl, upon realizing that Setsu is her former master, becomes emotional and starts crying. Setsu explains to Livia that the girl they just met is Alize, and they traveled together some time ago during his previous summoning. At this moment, Alize mentions that she was his apprentice, but Setsu denies it. Alize introduces Amelia and mentions that they are almost like sisters. She asks Setsu why he disappeared suddenly and left her, and Setsu explains that he had a very important mission, which was to come here and leave that cool subscription request down below. So, make sure to subscribe as well. He also asks if she would like to come with him to the continent of the beast folk. She says she would like to, but she can't because she has a big problem to solve in the village where she lives. Alize reveals that she recently accepted a mission to defeat a dragon that was attacking a peaceful village. It was during this mission that she met Amelia. Pay attention to this girl, there will be a big plot twist involving her. Amelia tells them that her family disappeared, and the dragon probably took them. Alize, upon hearing this, is moved and asks if Amelia would like to become her little sister. Setsu finds the story a bit strange and asks if Amelia's brother was really attacked by a dragon. Alize explains that every time the dragon attacks, several villagers disappear, not just her brother. She says that everyone vanishes without a trace, and Setsu comments that this is not normal since dragon attacks usually leave traces. The anime then shows Alize's battle against the dragon. She manages to injure it, but unfortunately, the dragon escapes. When she returns to the village, all the villagers except Amelia have vanished. Alize expresses her desire to find Amelia's brother quickly so they can live peacefully. Alize asks Setsu for his opinion, and he responds that he has never heard of such a situation, and the story seems a bit strange. But he says he wants to help because his precious pupil is in danger. The girls are grateful to him. Livia starts theorizing about what might have caused the disappearance of all the village people and suggests that it might be caused by a necromancer who turned them into zombies. Setsu asks where the dragon fits into this story. Livia explains that it's a zombie dragon. Setsu says that doesn't make sense, and Livia suggests that it might have been the sirens because they have the ability to attract people. Setsu points out that they are in the middle of a forest, so there can't be sirens. At this moment, Amelia says that sea monsters have a specific smell, and it would be easy to identify them. Then, Setsu proposes an even more absurd theory than all of Livia's. He suggests that the disappearances might have been caused by aliens. As expected, everyone thinks it's impossible. Just then, the carriage stops, and the driver says they can't proceed until the water recedes. Setsu asks Alize why this dragon attacked the village so many times. Livia suggests it might have been very hungry or simply attracted by mana. She explains that people's mana attracts monsters. For example, if someone uses powerful magic within the village, it would likely attract many monsters. Setsu raises another question, wondering why the villagers vanished without a trace. He says that people don't just disappear out of nowhere. He suspects that people disappeared first, and then the dragon attacked to cover up these disappearances. Alize says this is impossible, and there would have to be a conjurer in the village, but she doesn't know anyone who could do that. Setsu then tells her to ask the person responsible for this herself and looks at Amelia suspiciously. The girl tries to explain herself, and Setsu asks a question. He says that when he mentioned sirens and sea monsters, Amelia knew they had a different smell. He questions how she knew this since she claims to have always lived in the mountains and never been to the sea. Remember the plot twist I mentioned? Well, at this moment, with nowhere to run, Amelia reveals her true identity. All this time, she was the very dragon that was attacking the village. She transforms and begins to attack them. Setsu orders Alize to attack the dragon with him, and the battle against the dragon begins. The dragon continues to attack the two of them, but Setsu creates an opening for Alize to strike the dragon. She jumps and smashes the dragon's skull, defeating it with a single blow. Afterward, Setsu bids farewell to Alize and continues on Livia to the continent of the beast folk. At the same time, it is revealed that Amelia didn't disappear. She reappears and informs them that all the villagers in the village have become her puppets. She explains that she created those warriors who attacked both humans and demons to provoke a war, and she declares that Tomo is her master. And that's how today's video concludes. Want to know more about this story? Then, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss it when we release the next episode. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up to help it reach even more viewers. Lastly, I've included an amazing video on the end screen that tells the story of a guy who discovered another world and returned with incredible powers and all bulked up. It's definitely worth checking out. Alright, see you later.